Yup. Everybody. It's Friday evening with all of its splendor. It is about 8:15, and hopefully you should be in the house getting yourself some rest, getting rid back tongue twister, getting ready to sit back and chill, look at some family food or whatever your game of choice is. Get some Chinese food. I remember growing up, we used to walk across the bridge over the Poplar Grove and get some pork yak. So it was something, Sandy, some pork yak. And I would tell them to put extra egg and ketchup on it and extra soy sauce. Yeah, because growing up, we couldn't afford shrimp fried rice. So we got that. But look, I want to talk about a subject. I won't be long. I wasn't planning on talking about it, but I think it's necessary. What's up, Eric? I think it's necessary to address. Typically, I don't go with the wind. But somebody asked my opinion, and, I ain't no punk. So, and I don't care, you know what I'm saying? I don't care what people say. But let's talk about Kim Burrell. Let me give you the backdrop on what's happening. So here, Kim Burrell was caught on tape. She was caught on tape preaching in her sermon. She was preaching about something that she believes. Something that she has been taught, something that has been instilled in her. And it was recorded and it was publicized. And after being publicized, now she is ostracized. It was publicized, and as a result, she is ostracized. And in the clip, she's talking about homosexuals. She's talking about homosexuals and that it is a sin, something that has been always taught, something that has been always, talked about within the church. It's a belief, it's a mindset, it's what we believe in, or whatever. So she's caught. As a result, she was supposed to be on Ellen, and this is what really exacerbated it. She was supposed to be on Ellen, and as a result, she won't be on Ellen. As a result, many people have came out after her. Janelle Monáe, all of those people, they came out after her. And also she was dropped from her radio show. So here you have a public figure, a preacher, a Christian first, who has been ostracized and literally dropped on her head by most. All because of something that she believed. And I'm saying to you that whatever you believe in, you're always going to receive some kind of criticism, some kind of backlash, simply because that's what you believe in, and other people have a difference of opinion. And it just so happened for her, she lost a couple of things, lost a couple of opportunities, lost a couple of, got a couple of backlash, people disrespecting her, people talking about her. And that's what happens with belief, is that you will receive that. And I'm saying to you that whatever you believe in, whatever you profess, whatever you confess, you have to be willing to stand up for it. You have martyrs. You have people that were willing to die for what they believe. You have people that, like Martin Luther King, no matter how many times they bombed him, bombed his house or punched him, he still stood up for what he believed. You have Malcolm X, he got killed behind what every martyr got hurt or killed by what they believe. The same way with her. If you believe that to be true, then whatever her belief was, is that we have to respect it. Why? Because beliefs are only withheld within, are only connected to the person who is believing. Are you hearing me? The second thing is that, and the second thing is that I have friends that are gay. But you have to understand that it's a movement. That if you come against, and I'm as real as they come. So if you come against the LBGT community, they will bully you. Did you hear what I said? They will shut you down. It's a movement. If you come against them, they will shut your store down. They will shut you down. The LGBT community is not, they're bully. They bully you into believing that you have to accept them. It's like, you know, one of the things that I did a study on the community. This is about 4 years ago, right? So between 1970 and 1978, right? 83% of the population didn't believe or didn't accept that community, right? The homosexual community. And 1991 is when the spurt started to change. And now you have, the tables have turned. Now you have a 67% of the population. I'm sorry, 72% of the population now accepts it. Why? Because we have become more tolerable. The younger generation have become more accepting. That's number one, the reason they said it. And the second reason is that because everybody has somebody that's gay in their family. So they become more accepting. But what I'm saying to you is that if you're going to stand for something, you have to go hard with it. In her case, Kim stood for what she believed, and now the opportunities have gone. But the thing that remains is her passion and her consciousness of what she believed. You can't crucify somebody or what they believe. You have to be accepting. If they don't believe what you believe in, then guess what happens? Then you have to just leave them alone. If it leads to an argument, you just have to leave them alone. One of the things that a friend of mine, I'll never forget this. A friend of mine is a Jehovah's Witness, right? And she was caught kissing a guy in the mall. Listen to this. One of the elders of the church or whatever, they saw her kissing a guy in the mall, right? As a result of her kissing this guy, they took it back to the hall, the Jehovah's Witness, the Kingdom Hall. She was, if I might be saying it wrong, she was excommunicated from the Kingdom Hall. Her mother couldn't talk to her. All of her friends, because she grew up in the Kingdom Hall, all of her friends couldn't talk to her. So here she is, her family couldn't talk to her. Why? Because that's their belief. And if you don't roll with what they believe in, that you can't go out here and just do stuff like that, then they shut you down. The same way with the LG. All of us have that. We don't, all of us have these beliefs, these ideologies, these idiosyncratic thoughts that go through our mind. And even though and Ellen shut her down first, right? Then Burrell came back and he put something on his Instagram. I hate all hate speeches and all that. Right. And then you had I forgot the guy's name who said something. You had all of these people come at him. Shut her down. Radio show gone. But then the ignorance is that we elect a president who called people niggas. We elect a president who said he grabbed girls by the coochie. But we elect a president who vehemently disrespected people, Muslims. You have to understand that everything presents itself at an opportune time. And some things in life that you have will present itself at an opportune time. And in her case, she's lost. So how do you come back from, yes. So how do you come back? That's what I want to know. That's what I want to talk about. How do you come back when everybody's against you? Woo! I've been there. Good God Almighty, I've been there. Stomped on. How do you come back? I'm gonna tell you the first thing in how you come back when opportunities have been lost and you've been pooped on by everybody and everybody has slandered you. How do you come back? the first thing you have to do is that you have to hold on to something higher than you. And who's higher than you? The first thing that you have to do is that you have to walk with God. When David, when his friends when everybody wanted to stone him, he turned to God. When Moses, when everybody wanted to crucify Moses, he turned to God. You have to, this is the opportunity where when everything is thrown at you, you have to have a foundation of something to stand on. And stand with somebody that's stronger than you. That's the first thing. The second thing is that you have to stop seeking opportunities and let them come to you. Because why, Cook? Because I'm saying to you, when you're wounded, everybody wants to throw salt in the wound. And nobody wants to put saline in the wound. Saline is the thing that kits out the infections and things of that nature. Everybody wants to throw salt at you. So what you have to do is that you have to get acquainted with yourself. Stop believing in yourself that you're going to get through this. No matter who comes in your life and no matter who goes, you're going to get through this. It doesn't matter who wants to stick around you. It doesn't matter what they say about you. You're going to get through this. Because guess what? The people here, the same people that's pooping on her, is the same people that when she gets raised back up will be there to ask for an autograph. You have to be able to believe in yourself and believe in God so much so that they can throw rocks, but it doesn't matter. They can throw boulders, but it doesn't matter. You have to be able to get through this. And the same thing, I'm trying to tell you, the same thing that she's going through, all of us have been through, but hers is just more publicized. She's no different than us because people have shunned us for our beliefs. People have shunned us for the things that we've done. And some people, to quiet as is kept, some people are still looking at us sideways. And let me close with this. The third thing that you have to do when you're in a situation like Kim Burrell is that you have to keep moving. You can't stop. You can't stop. There's an additive. There's a certain element, right? It's called the energy of a problem. Right? So you need to tweet that out. It's called the energy of a problem. And oftentimes when we get in situations like that, we get caught up in the energy of the problem. It's like a hurricane. If you've ever seen a hurricane at the bottom and then it starts all the way up, right? And what happens is everything wherever it goes, it takes everything with it, right? And what we do that when situations arise like Kim, when we lose opportunities, when we've lost our job, when we lost out on relationships, when our credit gets bad, when things get wrong, our kids get suspended, we get caught up in the energy of the problem instead of bringing our energy to the problem, to defunk the problem, to dismantle the problem, to break the problem up. You can't get caught up in the energy of it. Because if you get caught up in the energy of it, then you will lose your emotions in it. You'll lose your mindset in it. You'll lose your spirituality in it. And you'll lose your being in it. Did you hear what I said? Ooh. Step outside of it so that you can see for what it is. It's just a mere attack. And then as you look at it as just a mere attack and not get caught up in the energy of it, day 1 will go by. Day 2 will go by. Day 3 will go by. Day 4 will go by. Day 5 will go by. And then you'll look back a year from now and say, I went through that. And God, you got me through that. What? You got me through that? I'm trying to tell you I've been there. Did you hear what I said? I came from the mud. I came from the gutter. Everybody, I'm trying to tell you, dog me. All of them. You got to be willing to go through the fire. If you don't go through some fire and get burned, woo. If you're not going to go through it, then you ain't been tested, baby. If you're not willing to go through that thing and you're not, one of the things, and I'm going to close with this. I promise I'm going to close with this. I promise you. One of the things that gets us hurt, the biggest thing that gets us hurt when we're in a Kim Burrell situation is how we look at the situation. If I take these glasses off, right? Say hypothetically, if I took those glasses off, these are the lenses of the opportunity. These are the lenses of the situation that I'm in, right? Let's take that. Let's do that. Let's take these lenses right here, right? These are the lenses that I'm looking at. That all of this calamity is happening. This situation is happening. So I'm looking at it through these lenses. And all I can see is all of the pain that it's causing me, all the anxiety that it's causing me, all of the frustration that it's causing me. I'm looking through these lenses. But when I change my lenses, you hear what I said? And I put on the lenses that God gives me. And this has a little tint on it, that the shape of it begins to be, thank you, Lord, the shape of it is different. How it fits me is different. And when I see through the lenses that God has given me, I know for a fact that I see bigger opportunities, that I see bigger souls saved, that I see more than what I ever thought I could handle or imagine. That I begin to see my cup running over. Wow. Because I simply changed my lenses. And whatever you're up against, change the lenses. And what happens when you change the lenses? Your vision change. What happens when your visions change? Your dreams change. Whatever happens when your dream change, you start to walk different. You start to act different. More and bigger opportunities come your way. So if you're Kim Burrell out there, and I'm talking about from a metaphorical standpoint, all of us are Kim Burrell. If you're Kim Burrell, and you're looking at this video, I'm saying to you, 6 billion people in the world, baby. Don't get caught up in the hype. There's other Ellens around. That's all around the world. And sometimes it's not even about the big stage. It's about the little stages that add up to that one big stage. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about the opportunities you miss because of what you believe. Don't worry about that. Focus on what's coming to you, not what's been. Focus on what's coming to you and not what's been. So let's recap real fast. The first thing is that you have to get a foundation with the Lord. That you have to pray and that you have to walk with God whenever you're in these situations. Right? The second thing is that you can't get caught up in the energy of the problem. Because if you get caught up in the energy of the problem, it sweeps away, it takes away your emotions, it takes away your spirituality, you're physically malnourished, your faith becomes anemic, and also then you lose your mindset, your mental, your psyche is done. Okay? And the last but not least, you have to change your lenses. How would God act if you changed your lenses? You'll envision where you're going at differently. And I'm a man, and everybody knows me. I came from the gutter. I don't know, I came, you hear me? My whole life I was in the gutter. You would never look at it by talking to me. I've been Kim Burrell at least 6 times. Let's make this thing happen, baby. I'm going to go to the bank machine. The same bank machine. Listen to what I'm saying to you. The same bank machine that I struggled to put $25 in. So they wouldn't overdraft me. I ain't had no money. Swear to God. I'm trying to say, I ain't had no money. Let me tell you something. I got my integrity and my morals is on a level 50. So look at this bike machine right here, right? Look, I'm going to show you right now. Hold up. So the bike machine, right? I promise you I'm gonna close with this. So I was at this bike machine, right? So, let me show you. I'm around wet. Hold up. So listen to this. I was at the bike machine, right? And I only had $25 that I borrowed, right? I had $25 that I borrowed. When I put the $25 in the bike machine, I have no money. That's all I had to my name. And I just put that in there so it wouldn't, so my account wouldn't bounce, and then it would be another $35. The machine gave me $325. I have no money. I only had $25. The machine gave me $325. Ask me what I did. I called Bank of America immediately and told them what happened. It took them 3 months to get the money out. But guess what? I never touched it. As broke as I was, I never touched it. Never. You have to be willing to operate in integrity at all times, under no circumstances. Why? Because when God blesses you, when he brings you out of your Burrell moment, nobody can take it from you and nobody can stain you. Why? Because your morals and integrity has always been intact. Have some character and not be a character. I love you.